Hello class, my name is Travis Knapp and I'm going to be going over my cost of operations summary for Aviation 360. I'm going to continue the rest of the presentation as if I'm talking to the COO. So sir, I'm just going to give a brief overview of the four aircraft we're looking at. We've got the Piper M600 here. This is our entry-level airplane. It's a single-engine turboprop. More expensive and more capable is the dual-engine turboprop King Air 350i. An entry-level jet here, the Citation M2, and then the top-of-the-line business jet, a Citation X. All right, so I'm going to be going over our annual and hourly cost of operation for all these aircraft, and then also going to be comparing them to a charter option of a Pilatus PC-12, which is a single-engine turboprop, a little bit more capable than the M600. Alrighty, so fixed costs, those are things like hangar fees, the down payments and the interest payments, things that we have to do every year no matter how much we're flying. So as you can see, our M600 is by far the cheapest, and then it just goes up in price all the way to the Citation X at almost 3 times that at 646,000. Hours of utilization, this is depending on how quickly the airplane flies. It's going to have to fly less hours to meet our mission. So as you can see, the faster aircraft have less hours of utilization than the slower ones. And that's going to come important when we talk about cost of operation per hour. And all these numbers are going to be done in the figures of that we're flying 36,893 hours, miles per year. And then using those numbers, that's how we determine these hours based on how fast these airplanes are flying. All right, cost per hour, this is the variable cost, so this is not including the acquisition cost of the aircraft. This is how much it would cost to fly an extra hour after we've already paid our fixed cost. So you can see the M600 is half as expensive to operate as its closest two competitors. And then those competitors are a third as cheap to operate as the Citation X. Yearly cost, so this is including the variable cost of the flight hours that it would take to accomplish the company's mission that we're anticipating, as well as the fixed cost. So Piper M600, again, almost half of what it is for the other aircraft, and then the Citation X is far above the other ones. Cost per hour, including fixed costs. So this is if we take the yearly cost and then just divide it by the hours we're anticipating on flying per aircraft. You can see that M600 at 3,000, King Air 7, Citations a little bit cheaper at just under 7, and the Citation X is extremely expensive. Now this is where it gets interesting. We're going to talk about our charter option. So as you can see, our charter option for the mission we're flying is a more capable aircraft and is cheaper than our cheapest option of the M600. And so you can also compare the PC-12 is just a little bit less capable than the M2 as far as speed and range goes, but it can actually carry more than the M2. So that's a really great value option, the charter for the PC-12. So if we're considering all these variables, it makes most sense to me to go with the charter option of the PC-12. It's got 9 seats. It's got a block speed of 257 knots. And then it's the most cost effective, and it's a flexible option because if our company model changes or we want to add destinations, we can just change what aircraft we're chartering and pay a little bit more, and we don't have to worry about the overhead of buying and selling aircraft. If we did want to purchase an aircraft, I still think the M600 is the way to go. It is by far the cheapest, and it meets every mission that the company has. So unless we're planning on drastically expanding our operations, I think the best purchase option is the M600 still. And that concludes my presentation. Sir, looking forward to getting to the bottom of what aircraft we're going to get, and class, looking forward to seeing y'all's presentations.